Share content.
We're good, and I'm going to mute myself because I've got a little background noise, so I don't want to mess anything up. So we're good to go.
All right, great. Well, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're joining us tonight. This is our new life, Zoom, and it makes things so much better when we know we have some facility with it as opposed to guessing. And so I'm really thrilled and excited that we had a Zumba as expert in the region there with Amanda, and then she's going to take you through some of the basics. And I hope you'll feel so much more comfortable afterwards. Amanda is going to be our Young Women in Harmony coordinator for the region. Very excited about that. So look at this. She's got a couple of hats on. So all right, everybody, dig in. And Amanda, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Karen. Was worried I'd have to introduce myself. All right. So my first little lesson here is about Zoom etiquette. So I'm sure we all know by now, Zooming with our choruses, when you first join, you want to mute yourself. Any little, as we heard first jumping on, you can hear people's dogs barking in the back. You can hear every little thing. So it's important to put yourself on mute when you're not talking. Unmute yourself if you want to say something. That's just little Zoom etiquette for you. So you might notice when you join, your video isn't always on, or if you get up in the middle of a meeting, you want to use the bathroom, you want to make sure you turn your camera off, especially if you're taking your device with you to the bathroom. So if you look, it depends on the device you have, but for me, it's bottom left. It will say stop video, start video. It's a little icon of a camera, and you want to click that, and it will turn off your video. For me, it shows my headshot from work, which is embarrassing. And then you can undo it, and then you're back. That's just how you can turn off your video and turn it on. And the same thing for mute. It should be right next to it for you. It says mute. That's how you just turn off your mic. For the next little lesson, just breezing through these, you can raise your hand also, as Beth said, if you have a question going along the way. Linda has her hand up. I don't know if that was she was just testing out her hand. Okay. So I also want to show you how to switch speaker view and gallery view. So I'm not sure of the default on your device. Sometimes it goes by default to speaker view, which it will show you whoever is talking. It will show you their big head right on your screen. But if you would like to see everyone's little icon, you can click gallery view. For me, it's the top right, and it shows everyone's face in a grid. And I've gotten this question from my chorus. I've run our Zoom rehearsals. A lot of people are wondering why they can only see 4 faces, 6 faces. It depends on your device and how big your screen is. I'm on a MacBook, so I have about 16 heads. I'm really bad at math. But it depends on your device, how big it is. And if you might have arrows on the sides. If you click that arrow, it will show you the next grouping of people, especially in a big group like this. You can see everyone who's here. Unfortunately, it doesn't let you see everyone on one screen. I wish it did. I guess you would need a huge TV for that. And depending on your device, it also might be a swipe. I think if you're on a phone, it might be a swipe rather than an arrow. Anyone have any questions so far? Awesome. So the next thing I want to show you is reactions. So this is unfortunately in a different spot for everyone. For me, it's at the bottom. It says reactions. It's a little smiley face with a plus. And if you click that, there's a thumbs up and a clap. So maybe your director asks you a question. You want to say yes or no. If you're good to move on, something like that, click the thumbs up, and then it will show the thumb in the corner. See Beth's thumb and my thumb. You can also change the skin tone of that. That's in a deeper setting on the Zoom platform desktop setting app. You can do it just like that. Awesome. And it disappears after a few seconds, I believe. Another thing that I think is new with the Zoom update is that you can click yes and no. So if you are at the bottom of your screen, click participants. You can see a list of people who are in this chat with us, and it shows everyone's name, who's muted, who has their video on. And then at the bottom for me, it says yes, no, So if you look at my name, I have a check mark, and now I have a no. So that's a good tool if the host or whoever is leading something in your chorus asks you a question. That's a quick way to answer. There's also buttons calling, say, go slower, go faster. I think those are more used for businesses who use this or different types of things. I'm not sure we would ever need that for a chorus rehearsal unless someone's singing too fast for you. So that is that for reactions. Another cool thing is that you can record these Zoom calls, like Beth is recording this for us and she'll put it on the website. It's at the bottom. I'm not sure if it's for people who aren't hosts. You might not have record, or you may. And then it will ask you where you would like to save it. You can save it to your desktop, to your device, or you can save it to the cloud.
Yep, so you have to be a host. I don't know, Amanda, as a co-host, do you see the record button right now?
I do. That's why I wasn't sure if it's just for anyone joining.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, if you're ever running your own Zoom meeting, you can record it pretty easily. And then once the meeting ends, it forms into a specific file on your desktop, and then you can do with it what you want. My next little lesson is about chat, which Beth touched on. So the chat for me is at the bottom in the middle, might be in a different spot for you. And something cool about Zoom is that you can private message people. You can either message the entire chat room, so you can message everyone in this meeting will get a notification, or if you click where it says everyone, you can select a person's name and then you can privately message them. And then only they can see it. But something you want to keep in mind is that the host gets a rundown of chats at the end of the meeting, so they can see everything you write. So don't talk about the host in a private chat. I learned that from my friends who are teachers. Their students were talking and sharing answers to tests. And my friends who are teachers running the Zoom got a report at the end, and it showed all the kids who were talking privately. So just a tip to keep it rated G in the private chat. Another lesson is sharing screen, which it depends on the host, the setting that they have. You may be allowed to share screen. They may allow everyone in the meeting to share the screen, which is something that in Coastline's Zoom, I allow everyone to. That way section leaders can do it in the breakout rooms. You can share your screen and show people what you are seeing on your desktop. If you want to share sheet music, you want to share a document, an email, really anything. Or you can only share sound. Does everyone have a share screen button on their platform? Awesome. So if you click share screen, don't actually share it. If you do, Beth can stop it, which is a really cool thing that Zoom allows you to stop people who share their screen. And then it shows you options of your desktop, your iPhone, different tabs that you have up. And, oh, Julie, yeah?
It's disabled.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to tell you anyway in case you needed to use it. So when you click share screen, it will show you another tab will open, and it will say desktop, iPhone, and it shows you, for me, I have a bunch of sticky notes up on my computer. It's showing me all of my stickies with my notes for various things that I don't need to share. And so that's a really cool thing. And then there's an advanced tab where you can share just your sound, which for chorus leaders, that's really helpful to play a track, for that sort of thing.
So just so you guys know, sorry for interrupting, Amanda. I did message Karen. I don't know if she's seen it yet, but we might try to also do another Zoom from an admin host perspective. Like if you're the host, and then, you know, some screen shares so that you can see where things are. And like we, this was set up with not allowing everybody to screen share, but you can set it up on an admin page to be able to allow everyone to screen share. So we'll maybe do another short little session on as an admin or a host training.
Yeah, it's always best to turn that off if you're a host, because people can share screen really easily and they get very confused and don't know how to get back. So my next lesson is virtual backgrounds, which Janice has one up right now. She's in the universe. So if you go, for me, it's next to stop video. And I have to say for me, because unfortunately Zoom has controls in different areas depending on your device. For me, it's next to stop video. See, Ellen is on a bridge. And there's a little arrow and it will say choose virtual background. So if you click that, you'll see another screen with your face and it will say none. There's a Brit, my computer's saying it's too old. So your device might be too old to switch to a virtual background. For me, my MacBook is from 2012, which apparently is old, so I can't do it. But you can also upload your own photo, which is fun. So it allows you, next is, it'll say choose virtual background, and then you should see a little plus button. And that allows you to go into your computer files and upload a picture if you want to share your family, or like Julie put herself in Symphony Hall during the Region 1 live stream a few weeks ago. So it's just a fun way to change your background if your house is messy or you just want to be transplanted somewhere else.
I will add to that sometimes it depends. Like, so my background right now is kind of noisy from the way that I can do virtual backgrounds when I have a flat wall with no noise on the back of it, but I can't do it here. So sometimes if you have just a plain wall in your background, it might be easier to use virtual backgrounds.
Definitely. I muted myself because I had to burp and no one needs to hear that. Okay. Just be honest, you know? All right. So another way to, I want to show you guys how to invite people. Say your chorus girlfriend can't get on and the director's busy. You don't want to bother anyone. Or you're hosting your own Zoom and you want to invite some friends. So if you go to participants, there should be a little button that says invite. And if you click that, you can, if you have Zoom contacts, you can invite them on there. Or if you click email, it will allow you to invite someone through your email. What I do at the bottom, it will say copy invitation or copy invite link. I find that sharing the link is the easiest for people, especially those who have trouble with tech, because all you have to do is click the link and then it pops you into the Zoom without you having to input a number. So that's a really fast and easy way to invite people to a meeting that's already going on. Another lesson I want to show you is how to rename yourself. So if you go to participants and you see everyone's name, you can go to yours where it says more, and it should have a button that says rename, and then you can change your display name that way. I've heard choruses do this for breakout rooms and assigning like lead. I sing lead, so I would change mine to lead, and that makes it so whoever's hosting the Zoom can easily put you in the lead group, which I thought was a really cool way of doing it. Another reason you might want to change your name is if you're using your husband's device or your kid's Zoom account and it's not your name, or if you join with a tablet and it says Samsung with a bunch of numbers and you can change it to have your name. Like Beth says Mega Bass right now. Awesome. I see a couple hands raised. Do you want to call them, Beth? We have time.
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead. Yeah, you can unmute yourselves, you guys. Go ahead, Jean.
Yeah.
Can you please re-explain how to invite someone else?
Sure.
Yep.
So also while these hands are raised, since Jean asked her question, Jean, you should have a little icon that says lower hand, and then when you're done asking it, you can lower your hand. So if you go to participants, there should be a button somewhere that says invite. For me, it's at the bottom.
Hold on, Jean, I'm trying to find you. Jean, go ahead. Sorry, I had you on.
Okay, I found it. I found the invite button.
And then there should be a copy invite link, copy invitation button. And then if you click that, it will automatically copy on your device.
Oh, copy invite link. I see.
And then from there, it will automatically copy right onto your device, and then you can paste it wherever you want.
Paste it into an email or.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't I don't see a lower hand though. I see a raised hand, but not a lower hand.
Yeah, it's
So-
not a big deal if you can't figure out the lower hand.
I
If
don't
you
know
go
how
to
to put my hand
participants,
down.
the host can lower your hand as well, so it's not a big deal.
Yep, I lowered your hand, Jean.
But typically you would hover over your name and then there would be a lower hand button for you to click on if your hand is raised.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go to Anne. Amanda, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Go ahead, Anne.
No. Ann Ocello?
Yep,
Oh, no.
no
Hi,
question. Hi.
I'm totally in awe of this whole thing. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable. You did such a great job weekend, both of you, Karen and Beth. I loved. Yeah, it was fabulous.
Thank you. Did you have a question about the Zoom, Anne, or are you just excited to be able to utilize it?
No specific question. I have questions. Yeah, no.
Okay, well, we can help you with questions maybe after, unless you want to ask one now.
Oh, no. I'm going to listen.
Okay. Let's see,
I have a
Janie.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Carrie Vieira.
Yep, go ahead, Carrie.
So, hi. So when Amanda was talking about sending a private message, I was all excited because I've never done that. So I clicked on Julie and I just sent her a little private message and it worked. But now I don't know how to get back to the public chat.
So you just change it back to everybody.
Yep. So the same way that you found Julie, you click on that tab again and you click everyone in meeting.
I guess I just
Be
don't
at
know
the
what
top.
tab is. Is it under participants?
Yep.
You have to go back to
It's
the
on
chat.
Yep, the chat.
Go back to the chat where you would type the message.
Yeah.
And then where it's with, if it says Julie on your end, you click on Julie's name and then switch it back to everyone.
I got it. Okay.
Got
Thank
it?
you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Hold on, we had, I gotta go back to the raised hands. Hold please. Somebody else had a question.
Janie.
Yep, Janie, are you off mute? Good, thank you for taking
Yeah,
yourself off mute.
I have an iPad. I cannot locate the share screen icon.
So it's disabled in our chat. You might not have the icon because it's disabled.
Yeah.
So the host has preference in settings. So whoever's hosting the meeting can either turn it on or turn it off, depending on
Okay.
what they want.
Thank you.
But it's
Yep.
typically a green icon that says share screen, and it's a little square with an arrow pointing up.
Okay. Is that the share content screen?
I believe it might be labeled something different on your
Yeah,
device, but
on
yeah,
an
it had
iPad,
a,
an iPad, it might be
Yeah.
share content.
Thank you.
yeah, that's the one
welcome.
flaw with Zoom is that things are labeled differently and they're in different spots.
Yep, so Anne is good. Janie just asked. Ellen, hold on. We're unmuting you, Ellen. Go ahead, hon. Wait. It's not working.
Yeah, first of all, it is called share content, and then when you hit it,
Ellen froze on us.
are you there?
Yeah, you're a little bit in and out, Ellen. Sorry, love.
Well, anyways, it is shared content. To answer that other question, my question is, I can't find the how you change your name.
So, are you on an iPad, Ellen?
Yep.
So, on an iPad, don't quote me because right now I'm on my computer. There should be in your little box where your face is, like 3 little dots.
Where my face is?
Yep. I'm not on my iPad right now. I'd have to log in on a different thing, but usually there's I have to be honest with you. I think on an iPad, you may not be able to change your name. I've had difficulty on an iPad.
Gail is on her iPad.
Yep. Gail, can you change your name on your iPad?
Yes, I can. And so on my iPad, all the mute, save, stop video, all that stuff is in the top. And all those 3 dots are at the top in the right-hand corner.
In your face or on the screen, Gail?
On the screen, nothing
Okay.
on my face at all. So if I go to participants on my iPad and I click on my own name, I can mute my own audio again, or I can rename myself.
So it's
Okay. Different than-
under participants?
Yep.
Yeah, so if you just tap on your participants
Okay.
and then tap on yourself,
Yep.
then a
Oh,
drop down box will
rename.
come down.
Yep. Rename.
Oh, thank you, Gail, because I have not been able to figure out that on my iPad. Awesome. We learn something new
Thanks for
every
that.
day. Awesome.
Yes.
Ellen, are you good? Does that help, love?
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you. So I'll
Yeah.
mute. I'll mute.
Perfect. Thank you. Does anybody
Awesome.
else?
Yeah. I don't have an iPad, so thanks for that.
Yeah, I think we don't have any other hands raised, Amanda, so if you want to just keep going with content.
Awesome. I've covered almost everything. One more thing I wanted to mention was if you go to participants, this also might not be for people with an iPad, but there's yes, no, go slower, go faster, as I mentioned earlier, but there's also a more. And this is something I just noticed today. I think it's new with the update. There's a little coffee cup and it says need a break, which you can click on. And I guess that's the universal symbol of I'm taking a break from this Zoom chat. And then there's a little away symbol, which I guess if you have to step away for any reason, just really cute little tools that you can use to communicate without jumping in and
where is that?
Interrupting things.
Could you repeat that?
Sure. So for me, it's under participants. If you click participants, under the list of names, there's a bar with a bunch of different reactions.
Okay. I got
And then
it.
if you click more, there's even more under there.
Got it, Gail?
Awesome.
I just discovered the coffee cup is also a toggle.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I see it. Yeah. I have bad eyes. Awesome. Okay. So if you're on a desktop, a fun way to make your screen bigger is to up at the top. For me, it says speaker view, gallery view, and then if you enter full screen, you'll see even more people. It will make it bigger on your screen. For me, I have participants open, so my screen is a little bit squished, but it just is a bigger view. But I think I've covered everything basic on the screens. Does anyone have any questions so far? Anything you want me to go over? Something that I can mention, since I'm seeing Anna Cello is vertical. If you want to move, you can rotate yourself and then you can be widescreen and we can see more of you. It's not necessary, but if you rotate your device, then you'll see your square and widescreen. There she is. Did everyone see her rotate there? And then it's just a better view, and then you fit perfectly in the square. Awesome. If you're on a phone and you're holding it this way, you will be vertical. That's just what I mean by turning. Awesome.
So Amanda, I know for when you set up the Zoom as an admin or a host, you can decide if it's mirrored or unmirrored. So Lois is asking, my image is reversed, so she's mirrored. Is there a way to change that for yourself?
Yeah, so that's in the Zoom settings. You can't get it from this platform. I might be wrong because I've never changed my mirroring, but I'm pretty sure you have to go into Zoom and under video settings, change the mirroring.
Yep. So I think it's how the actual meeting is set up,
right?
Mirrored or unmirrored. So the only one that I think can change that, Lois, is the host.
Yep. And that's good if you're teaching choreo or if you're directing and you want it to be mirrored or not mirrored. But I've never had to really change mine for anything.
Or if you're trying to pass cheese or drinks.
Yeah. Awesome. Lois Jensen has her hand up.
Lois, do you know how to get yourself off mute?
That was my question about reversing the image.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Lois.
I like your background. You're in the garden.
Right?
It's my front steps.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
Is that parsley? It looks like parsley back there.
Jean Croak, did you have another question or were you just?
Yes, I had two others. You talked about participant screen. Can that only be done by the host? In other words, have everyone on the screen? Is that something only the host can do?
No, so participants is just a list of people.
Right.
Are you talking about seeing everyone's little square?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no way to see everyone in the meeting if it's a big meeting, depending on the size. I said previously there should be a little arrow. It might be a swipe on your screen to swipe through the pages of icon,
Right.
and that's
Yeah, I
how you
have
know.
an arrow.
Yeah, Jean, are you on a computer or?
Yes, I'm
So
on a
just-
laptop.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you should be at, like right now, I can see 24 people in a screen, and then in order to get to the other
5, I
24,
can see 25, yeah.
Yep,
I can
and
see
then
20, but my son had told me in their meetings, everybody can see everybody. So
yeah, I think that
know
only
why.
depends if you're on like a really large.
No, he said
TV.
on the regular computers, so I don't know.
Oh,
Must
yeah,
be some other setting.
yeah, 24 is the largest amount of people I've been able to see on one screen at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, the other question I had was about those virtual backgrounds. Is there some kind of area that has some to choose from, or do you have to upload all of your own?
So virtual backgrounds, there's a couple that they provide for you. I think there's a bridge, and I can't change, my computer's too old, but for me it's some grass, the space, and San Francisco. And then you can upload your own. So they do provide a couple templates if you'd like to use them.
Okay, I guess I can't find those. When I click choose virtual background, it just gives me a screen with my face and it says I have none on there.
So you probably don't have an updated software. You're probably not
Okay.
a higher level software to have the basics. So Jean, you can try to, if you were to like access a picture, like if you have a folder with pictures on your computer, you could try to import a couple of like landscapes or floral pictures.
Okay.
Or you could try that and see if it works. It's a little funky depending on the level of operating system you have on your computer.
Okay, thank you.
Carolee's on the beach. Liz LeClaire has her hand up. I don't see her.
Deb asked Amanda if you could just go over how to choose a background again.
Sure. So for me, it's next to stop video. It's a little arrow pointing up. You click that and it says choose virtual background. And it should, a window should pop up with your video, and then it will say choose virtual background, and it has a couple options for you to pick. And then there's also a little plus sign, and it will allow you to search the pictures on your device to upload one. For me, as I said, my computer's too old. Your device might be too old to change it.
Sorry. Gail, thank you for that tip. So Gail said if you can reverse the image in the same spot where you can stop your video. So if you are on a device where you see the stop video, you click on that little arrow, you see video settings, you can do mirror my video, and you can check or uncheck that. So I'm gonna unmirror myself right now. See how I switch.
Another thing on that, if you go to video settings under stop video, you can also touch up your appearance, which is fun if you're feeling a little insecure that day. You can click touch up my appearance and it sort of makes you a little bit smoother. It's a really cool feature. Makes you feel a little more confident. I don't know. Liz LeClaire has had her hand up for a little bit. Sorry, Liz. What's up?
Liz, can you unmute yourself, or do you need me to do it? There you go.
Yeah, thanks. I've been able to go under video settings on my computer, and actually you can choose to see up to 49 participants. Like I can see everybody on my one screen. So,
are you on a Mac or a regular computer, Liz?
I'm on a Toshiba, a regular computer.
How did you do that?
So,
I would love.
You know the little hat thing near your stop video thing. Hit video settings.
Yep.
And then scroll down. See it? Display.
For me,
yeah.
For me, it doesn't allow me to click on it. I think because of the size of my device.
Oh, okay.
I think.
So what does it say?
It says display up to 49 participants per screen in gallery view. So I'm able to see everyone on one screen. by
Is that
choosing that.
under the video setting there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
So if
don't
you go
have that
to
either.
stop video, video settings, it's at the bottom, display up to 49.
Yeah, you have
I
to scroll
can't,
down.
Yeah, I
it
don't
won't
have that.
allow, yeah, it won't let me click on it. I think it depends on how big your screen is.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
but
my-
that is an option.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you, Liz,
Okay,
for that
sure.
pointer. So just to review what she just said, so if you go under stop video where that little arrow or hat, let's call it a hat, and you go under video settings, and then under video where you see your face, that's where you can mirror or unmirror yourself, and then all the way down, if you scroll down, you'll see something, mine's grayed out, that says display up to 49 participants per screen in gallery view.
Yeah.
Under
And it may
spotlight.
not be an option for you. So
Yep.
don't fret if you don't see it.
Yep. So you just have to manage your arrows. Multiple screens when there's lots of people.
Awesome.
Let's
Carrie
see.
asked where the touch up is. So same button, stop video, video settings. Under my video, should have 3 options, has 3 for me, enable HD, mirror my video, and touch up my appearance. That's how you just check that, and it gives you a little airbrush. Does anyone else have any questions?
Yep,
Sorry, go
there's a
ahead, Beth.
couple. Yep, there's a couple in the
Yeah.
chat. So Lois asked about how do I lower my hand once it's raised. Now the host or co-host can lower all hands at one time, but there is a way for you to do it as well. You want to go through that, Amanda?
Yeah, I think there's a number of ways, but if you hover on your name and under participants, for me it says lower hand. It may be different. It might not show me because I'm a co-host, Beth. I can't raise my hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't raised my hand in a while.
So a bunch of
On
people are
Zoom.
raising their hands right now, similar
Yeah.
to where you're,
I believe, if I remember right, because I've been using Zoom for work and I've been in press conferences over Zoom, and I think at the bottom of participants it says raise hand, lower hand.
or if you
People
hover,
are nodding.
Yep, if you hover over your own name, I believe, again, I'm a host, so maybe it might be a little bit different.
And you just hit the hand again.
Yep, or it says lower hand. I'm not, again, I
Yeah.
don't know if that's because
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
host.
have either one of those, but I'll play around with it.
Okay.
I have raised hand, but
You know what?
double
Maybe the
lower.
lower hand is only a host option, Amanda. I'm
No,
Well,
you know
Kurt-
what? You
To
know
lower
what?
your hand, there's a way. To lower
I
your
just-
hand, it's a toggle. So you just go back, hover over the hand again, and it comes off.
Yeah, the problem when I hover over the hand, then I get 2 little blue buttons, one that says mute or unmute, and the other one that says more. I can't actually click on the hand because there's something in the way.
You can click on raise hand a second time and it will go down.
I'll try that.
Linda?
What I just did was toggled over my name because when I go to the hand, the mute and more comes up, but I just clicked on my name and my hand went down.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the so Zoom is a little flawed where it's different for everyone, unfortunately.
Right.
And it's
Right.
very frustrating because like something like this, you're trying to teach someone and it's different on every screen.
Yeah.
But
Depends
yeah,
on
you
your
just sort of have to
software.
play around with stuff.
Yeah, I found a couple ways. Thank you.
Oh, good. Glad,
Awesome.
Lois.
Some more hands.
Are you guys just testing,
Yeah,
Ellen,
let me.
Susan? I don't know if
Yeah.
everyone's testing.
I have a
the
question.
Hi.
I have a question.
Good.
I think Gail has a
pressed-
real question. Oh, sorry,
I
go ahead.
pressed-
Susan does too. Go ahead.
I pressed this several times. I've had my hand up. I wanted to go back to the virtual background because when I hit the virtual backgrounds, like you can't see me and you can just see little bits and pieces. Like I'm like a ghost in the virtual background.
Yeah, so that might be, Susan, I'm trying to find your face here. Give me 1 second. Where are you? Hold on, I gotta toggle between screens. Where are you, Susan? So it could be because of the degree of software that you have on your system. It could also be like I was saying earlier, because I have a lot of noise behind me right now. Like I have this doorway and my doorway over here. Sometimes the virtual backgrounds really work best when what's behind you is just kind of a flat wall with not a lot of
I've got
noise.
solid doors right behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sort of depends on the quality of camera on your
Yep.
device.
Yep.
Okay.
I find it
Unfortunately.
easier to do virtual backgrounds on my cell phone versus my computer or my iPad too. Sometimes I have success with my phone versus the computer. But when we did the virtual festival with Julie and Sally, I had not been able to use virtual backgrounds at all on my computer up here. But when I went downstairs with a flat blank wall behind me, they worked fine. So maybe try
Yeah.
that. I mean, that's not easy
Okay.
depending on the computer you're using and where it is in your house, but
Yeah, it just depends on how well your computer can detect a face, I guess.
Yep.
Awesome. Gail has her hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, not a question really, but just, learning things the hard way. So I inadvertently, apparently in the beginning, doing virtual backgrounds, turned on my green screen, and that makes the whole thing really bizarre. So you need to go in to make sure that green screen is off, and that's in virtual background settings. Yeah, because this is obviously this is a picture I took on my phone of the view of the city I live in from across the street from my house. And but if we also, Mike and I discover if two of us are on the same call on the same screen, the virtual background is awful because we're both like, we just disappear. Your arms go away and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
The other thing that I learned before people started offering great stuff like this is that if you go to zoom.us, they have a ton of free tutorials. So if you did something tonight and you forgot what they told you, and I'm assuming, Amanda, this will be a link, or Beth, this will be a link that people can go back to.
Yeah.
But if you go to zoom.us, there's a ton of tutorials from how do I get Zoom to, all sorts of sophisticated things. So I have found that to be, some of them I've had to watch like 3 times because I'm old, but they've been also very useful and they're very user friendly. So that's just been a helpful thing that I've learned.
Awesome. Thanks, Gail. And I know for me, like the whole green screen, when I go to uncheck that for mine, I don't have the right, it says computer does not meet requirements to take the green screen off. So I think that's a little bit, again, that's just a systems requirement thing that you have to have. So you may not be able to do backgrounds. It stinks,
Right.
but.
All right. Julie mentioned pinning video, which is a good tool that I should mention. So pinning video allows you to just see one person. It's helpful in a chorus setting if you have someone who is chatting and you would like to just see the director or whoever is leading that specific lesson. For me, if I hover over someone, it could be anyone's video, there's 3 dots, and then there should be an option called pin video. Again, it will be different on your device, but it should allow you to pin someone's video, and that way it will show up a little, on my screen, it's that person's bigger, and then no matter who's talking, I will only see that person, which is really helpful to see a director or someone in leadership. Go ahead, Julie. Julie's also a Zoom pro.
No, nothing like Amanda, but on my screen on chorus night, I like to have gallery view, but of course I like to see my director at all times. So I want to have, you can see now how if you're on gallery view and you see everybody like the Brady Bunch, love the Brady Bunch, but we shift almost every time when you scroll through screens, like, wait a minute, she was just over there. So I want to pin either the director or whoever's doing warm-ups. I want to pin them so they're always on page 1, so that she's always in that position, even though other people shuffle around. So,
and go ahead.
So once I pin her, it does go back to that speaker view, but then I go back to the top right corner because I'm on a laptop and click gallery view again because I want the Brady Bunch. Google
Awesome.
it, Amanda.
I'm not that young. So if you go to gallery view, unfortunately Zoom, I guess it's a good thing. If someone turns off their video or isn't speaking up in a while, they'll be booted to the last page. I think on the first screen that you see, it's people that have been talking a lot, some of the people who joined first. And so pinning video is a good way to keep maybe your bestie up on front that you want to just keep looking at, or your director or whoever's leading that specific lesson. And Julie had to say that because Gail's in this meeting. but it's especially helpful in speaker view because speaker view just shows you whoever's talking. And if there's a lot of chatting going on, or some member of your chorus can't figure out how to mute herself, it's a helpful thing to have is the pinning. Linda, did you have a question? No, you didn't. Okay. I'm losing track of the hands.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
You know, you can, when you look under, you see just that, you know, that whatever that thing is, the white head. So I went and I did turn the green thing on, so I turned it off. And I can't, when, you know, the under, when you change the, you know, when you change the background.
Mm-hmm. Your video is off. Did you mean to do that?
My
Here, I'll
video's
ask you to
off.
start video.
We're just seeing a black box, Ellen, right now. There you go.
She's back.
All right. So when I go to the change the screen, the none, which is, you know, none, has a blue line around it, and I can't get rid of it.
Well, the none means you don't have a virtual background, Ellen.
Yeah, if
Right,
the none
but
is
my picture
highlighted.
should be there. Yes, the none is highlighted, and I don't know how to
Yeah.
unhighlight it.
Well, if you don't want it highlighted, that means you'd have to choose a different virtual background.
Yeah, so if
I know.
none is
Okay, so
highlighted,
I'll
that
choose
means
it
you're
there. Okay,
there. She
there's San
is.
Francisco.
There you go.
Right, but when I want none, which will show me with, you know, the living room here.
Yep, you're back to the living
doesn't,
room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
so if
perfect
you,
right now.
yeah, you're back. So if you click on a
still
picture,
highlighted.
yeah, highlighted means that it's selected. So if the blue is around none, that means that you've selected none and you have no virtual background.
There I am.
Cool.
So what happened? Why did I go to that little white person there? You know what I'm talking about? Those white head and the
I think
white.
that's just the none icon, and it just means that you don't have a background.
I don't know, but I wasn't, you couldn't see my face is what I'm getting at.
Oh, you probably shut the video off.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
You were successful with switching from San Francisco, or I don't know if it was
Yeah,
San
you're back.
Francisco. Yep, to your regular, just plain old video mode.
All right. Nora has her hand up.
Okay, so I turned the video off.
Could you repeat how to get to pin a video?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Can you just repeat how to pin? I do have
Sure.
a Mac. Also.
Okay,
Mac.
awesome. You're on a desktop or laptop?
Laptop.
Awesome. So if you hover over someone's video, there should be 3 dots on the right corner. Do you see those?
Where it says video?
Yeah, just look over Amanda's face and pick the 3 dots.
Or you can actually, on my MacBook, if I click on someone's screen, it will show me those options and it should say pin video almost halfway down.
I see it. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Did anyone else have any questions? This is lovely to see everyone.
No,
I hope it helped a little bit.
I have one
go
question.
ahead.
When I tried to do the virtual background, it's like half. It
Yeah.
I don't know why it's like
Yeah.
the background and then it has my photo in there too.
Yeah, unfortunately, it depends on your device. The camera quality might just not be great. And then
Gail,
it's not good at detecting. It thinks that you are also the wall.
Yeah, Gail, are you on a virtual background right now?
Yeah, well, I took a photo that I took of my flowers from my garden and tried to put it behind me. And
she's half flowers.
Yeah.
it's like half of it is my wall behind me and half of it is the flowers.
Yeah, it's probably a system issue, like the high level of the system requirements.
Great.
You're close though.
Anyone have any other questions? This is perfect. We
thank
were a
you,
little
Amanda,
under an
for doing
hour. You're welcome.
Very much, very greatly appreciated.
Hi,
Okay, so what did you learn here today? What did you learn?
Thank you, lady.
I want to know what you learned.
Karen's
Way much
back.
to
A
absorb.
little bit more about the screen layout and everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Screen
I
layout. What
learned
else?
virtual background.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you feel more
All of
comfortable now?
Wendy's notes.
Yes.
Good.
Big surprise.
I know, it takes a while.
You're welcome.
Overachiever, Wendy.
I'm
I know.
glad we got to do this and that Karen asked me to
Yeah.
do it.
Yes,
you so
thanks,
much.
Amanda. It was great.
Amanda and
Thank
Beth,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
all for
you.
coming. This is great.
Soon you'll be all zoomed
Yay.
out if you aren't already.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I am.
Too late. Zoomed out.
Shutting off.
But it's our way
Hey.
to connect right now, so we have to
It's what we
suck it
got.
up. We gotta suck it up.
Better than nothing.
Thanks, Beth and everybody.
Thank you.
You guys
Good
are so
night.
welcome.
Tell anybody who's interested, this is recorded and is going to be, and you can revisit it. You can look back and see what you went over. So Amanda, thanks so much. Great job.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Amanda.
Great job, everybody.
Be safe,
Thanks,
everyone.
Beth.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks much.